Jataka Tales, the greedy potseller. Young Nayana and her grandmother lived in a village near Benares. The girl's parents and other family members had died in a mishap. "My child, your grandfather was a rich man. It's unfortunate we have now fallen to bad times," said Granny. "Don't worry, Granny, we shall be rich again," said Nayana. Nayana and her grandmother made a living by working in the neighborhood houses. "Once I used to cook in golden vessels. Now I wash other people's vessels," said Granny. One day, a hawker named Vishnu came along. He carried a basket full of beautiful pans and pots. "Hawker, sir, please come here," said Nayana. "Granny, let's have a new cooking pot," said Nayana. "No, my child, we don't have the money to buy such things," said Granny. "We can give away something and ask for one in exchange," said Nayana. "But what's there to give away in our poor house?" said Granny. Nayana took a look at the things in their house. "Let's give away this old dirty pot," said Nayana. "All right, my dear," said Granny. Vishnu came up to them. Nayana picked up a pretty little pan from his basket. "Can you give me this in exchange for this pot?" asked Nayana. Vishnu examined the dirty-looking pot. He scratched its surface with a needle. "Gold! The two of them don't seem to know it. If I'm lucky, I'll get without giving anything in return," thought Vishnu. Vishnu threw the pot back into the hut. "Who wants your stupid pot? It's not worth anything," said Vishnu. He thought they might now want to exchange the old pot for something smaller than the pot they had chosen, or maybe even give it to him free. "I can't give you a costly pan in exchange for that old pot," said Vishnu. "We have nothing else to give away, and there's nothing else that we want," said Granny. Vishnu went away, cursing them for wasting his time. "I'll go back later and offer something smaller than the pan they asked for. Surely nobody will recognize that pot as golden and take it in the next hour or so," thought Vishnu. "How rude he was," thought Granny. After some time, another hawker, Shibu, came there. "Pots, beautiful pans and pots," shouted Shibu. Again Nayana went to her grandmother. "Granny, we shall call this man and exchange the old pot for something beautiful," said Nayana. "He too might throw it away, like that other fellow, my dear," said Granny. But Nayana was adamant, and her grandmother called in the other hawker. "We don't have any money. Can we exchange this old pot for a new one?" asked Nayana. Shibu carefully looked all over the old dirty pot. He noticed the spot where Vishnu had scratched it with a needle. "This is a golden pot," exclaimed Shibu. "It is worth at least 1,000 coins. If you take all the pots and pans in my basket, it will still not be equal in value to this pot." Nayana and her grandmother were amazed. "I have only 500 coins. If I give you those and all the pans in my basket, will you accept them for this pot?" "Yes, we will accept it," said Granny and Nayana. Shibu unloaded his wares and handed over the money and went away happily with the pot. "We shall not be poor anymore, Granny." "Yes, dear, our sufferings have come to an end," said Granny. "Surely this pot will fetch me a good price in the town, and I can expand my business," thought Shibu. Meanwhile, Vishnu came back. "Let me take that golden pot and give them some small pot in return. Then I'll sell it and make a fortune," thought Vishnu. He called for Nayana and her grandmother. "I'll give this pot in exchange for your pot. I feel sorry to have disappointed the girl, though it is a loss for me," said Vishnu. "We don't want your pot anymore. Another hawker gave us 500 coins and a basket full of wares in exchange for our pot," said Granny. "Keep that pot yourself, you cheat. It isn't worth anything, is it?" Granny said. "Oh no, I'm lost. It must be Shibu. If only I had given the pan that girl wanted." the golden pot would have been mine now. Thought Vishnu. The moral of the story is to never be too greedy. So friends, I hope you like this story. I'll meet you with another story